What's happening, guys? Jack Storer here. I just want to have a quick talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, and it's how much I actually really fucking hate the fitness industry. Now, don't get me wrong, I love training, I love fitness, I love a lot about it, but the industry, there's a lot about the industry that I really don't agree with at the moment. First of all is the fact that it is now such a massive industry. You know, the community side of it's gone. You know, if you look back to videos of people back in Gold's Gym in the 70s or 80s, back in the Arnold era, or even before that, you know, they're all, you know, all the big bodybuilders around are together, they're all posing, they're all having a laugh with each other. It's a lot more community, they're all friends, they'd all, you know, chill out together, they'd all, you know, there wasn't the hostility. Whereas you go into pretty much any gym now, like I've been into about 4 or 5 different gyms from back home down south or up here, and there's just not the community that I was used to. Even when I did start training up in Skegness, when I started training properly, is everyone got along with each other. You know, everyone knew each other in the gym. People would welcome new people into the gym. Whereas now, you know, going into these gyms, I haven't felt welcome at a gym in quite a while, not since I actually worked at one, in which case it was kind of difficult not to fit in. You know, everyone's got to like you when you actually work at the gym. And I think you can even see that if you look at, watch fucking Pumping Iron, you know, when they were going through to the Mr. Olympia when Arnold was going for it. Look at how they trained with each other. Like, everyone was getting along with each other. Obviously, I mean, like, there was the tension between Arnold and Louis Ferrigno, but they were on the opposite sides of the country, so they were playing mind games with each other and all this shit. Then you watch Generation Iron, there wasn't a single collaboration in that whole movie. You know, no one trained with each other. They were all talking shit about each other. Like, why is everyone talking shit? You know, I don't understand why, you know, everyone in the industry can't really just like each other. And that's just within bodybuilding. You know, that's just within bodybuilding. You know, all the aspects of the fitness industry, let's be honest, every part of training is effectively the same. You might be going for different goals, but bodybuilding, men's physique, strongman, powerlifting, CrossFit, you're all training, you're all doing exactly the same thing, just for different reasons. So why are you hating on everyone? You know, you have like your mixed martial arts guys, or your fighters, and your powerlifters and your strongmen hating on bodybuilders because they aren't functionally fit. You've got bodybuilders hating on men's physique because they don't train legs, when half of them fucking do. They're just not 300-pound monsters. You've got everyone hating on CrossFit because of like form and stuff like that. But let's be honest, you're like, most people do CrossFit, just don't call it CrossFit. They call it circuit training. They just don't do it competitively. So I don't understand why no one can just let people get on with their own thing. You know, you're all doing the same stuff. It makes no sense to me. You know, so why can't people just, you know, get along and do their thing and help each other and progress and bring the community back to the fitness? There is no fitness community anymore. It's just an industry. It's just a big money-making machine. Which brings me to my next point, is half these fucking fitness competitions coming about. I love competing. I do it all the time. I'm competing again this year. You know, competing's brilliant. Competitions are brilliant. But the actual competitions, a lot of them, I'm not naming any in particular, but they're just money-making machines now. You know, you have stupid entrance costs. You know, that's just to join a federation. Then stupid entrance costs to actually enter a specific competition. Then you've got to abide by all their rules and potentially turn up to their posing lessons, which are specifically tailored to their particular competition, which cost extra money. You know, and half the time you feel like pressured to turn up to those just because you need to get your face in there before the actual competition, because you think that the politics are going to come into it. And then on top of that, there's hardly any fucking point in even rocking up unless you have like 200,000 followers on Instagram or some shit like that, because the competitions want to promote the people who are better known, to make the competition better known, to get more people competing so they can make more money. So what the fuck's the point? You know, I don't think I've seen a winner of one of these competitions that doesn't have less than 100,000 Instagram followers, or 100,000 Facebook followers, or whatever the fucking social media platform they want to go on is. If they're not really, really well known, you ain't taking home that first place trophy. Like, that's the way it has happened a lot of the time. I'm not saying it happens all the time. I'm not saying it happens in all federations, but it definitely comes into play more often than it doesn't. Okay, and I'm competing this year. I probably won't win. I don't have that many followers. I have more than some, less than most. So but I use competitions at the moment because I know that I'm not in the best of shape. I'm in okay shape. I'm not in the best. I like to use it as a deadline to hit certain condition, get into the best shape I possibly can, and really it helps me push myself. I'm not doing competitions at this stage in my career to make money or to go pro or anything like that, because I know that I'm just not at that level yet. I haven't got the muscle mass. I'm just not at that level. So I'm doing it for myself at the moment. So yeah, that's what I have to say about a lot of the competitions. My next point really is that, and this might be a little bit controversial, but the fitness industry turns a lot of people who are quite nice people into utter wankers. Let's be honest. I mean, I've watched so many videos like this kind of rant where people are just going on about how they hate people doing this and they hate people wearing that and they hate people training in this way or they hate people training that way. Why is there only one way to do things? Why have you, I see so many blokes training in leggings at the minute. So what? Is that affecting your training? Oh, I don't like seeing these people wearing stringer vests because nipples hanging out and all this shit. I don't give a fuck. If they're not, if I'm not halfway through a set and they're barging me out of the way to use it, I don't give a fuck. They can wear what they like. They can train the way they like. If they want to do high reps, low reps, heavy weight, less weight. If someone's doing really shit form, I'm going to help them. But at the end of the day, they can do what they like. They might be training in a specific way. And it doesn't affect me. I'm going to let them do them. I'm not going to complain about it. If they're in the gym trying, I'm happy with that. That I can look at that and I can respect that, whether they're in awesome, an awesome 220-pound shredded beast, they're, 300 pounds overweight, there's some 120-pound underweight guy who's just trying to build a little bit of muscle. Brilliant. You're all in there trying to do the same thing. You're trying to get into shape, or you're trying to get healthy, or you're trying to do whatever you're trying to do. It's brilliant. It's all self-improvement. So I have absolutely nothing to complain about anyone that I ever see in the gym. I have utter respect for anyone who goes into the gym, and I hope that I never find myself making a video, hating on people who are just trying to wet themselves. But it does annoy me when I see people doing these kind of videos, hating on different things and saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be wearing that, you shouldn't be using this piece of kit or that piece of kit or whatever," because there's not just one way of doing it. So many people train in different ways and so many people get different results. So I've spoken to so many people who say that, so-and-so's doing it wrong, or this is the way to do it, or you should be doing this or that. And all of them are in decent shape, all of them telling me to do different things. So I'm like, well, obviously there isn't just one way of doing it, because you're all doing different shit and you all look sick. So, that makes no sense to me. Why hate on everyone? Just let people do their own thing. There's a difference between advice and instruction. Give people all the advice in the world. I mean, everyone should be willing to learn, and if they're not, then they're not willing to learn. But listening to what someone is doing, and then telling them that that's the wrong thing to do, or it's stupid that they're doing that, or whatever, is a little bit hypocritical. Unless they're just beginning or they are in crap shape and they have absolutely no idea. If they're just doing something, just say, yeah, fair enough, but I'd do it this way and this could work. There's a difference between advice and instruction. Don't be a wanker. And so yeah, it just annoys me that no one's letting anyone just do their own thing. Everyone's got to be the instruction. Everyone's got to be an instructor. Everyone's got to tell people that this is the one way of doing things. Half the time it's just because they've read one or two papers, that they've looked for a specific paper, research paper, to tell them that they're doing it that particular way, and then that must be the be all end all. But training has evolved so much, and I'm not being funny, half of the top 10 of the IFBB or whatever you want to look at train in different ways. And then Arnold trained in a completely different way. and Dorian Yates trained in a completely different way, and Ronnie Coleman trained in a completely different way, and all of them looked amazing. So there's not any one way of doing things. There's so many different ways of doing it, all of which is going to work as long as you put the effort in. You know, do your own thing. Some things might work better for you than others. Some things might not. But it is, you know, if you are enjoying the way you're training and you are getting certain benefits, keep doing what you're doing. If not, search for another way of doing it. Talk to more people. You know, if you see someone and you think they could be doing something better, give them a little bit of advice, but don't be telling them that they're fucking stupid for doing what they're doing, because it's obviously working for them and they're enjoying themselves. All right, and that's what the main thing is about. You know, and talking about enjoying themselves, this is another thing that I wanted to talk about, is that athletes and anyone who's in the gym now is so much more, you know, half the time they're more concerned about getting their 20% off discount code for certain companies and being sponsored athletes and all this shit, that they're more concerned with that than they are with actually enjoying their training, and they'll end up sacrificing a lot of the stuff that they could be doing just to be getting this discount code to hand out and being told that they're a sponsored athlete and a label, when half the time the companies don't even promote them. They're not paying them, they're not putting them on their media channels, they're using this person to promote themselves without giving them that much other than a little bit of discount off their clothing or their supplements or their whatever, without getting anything back. You know, so and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being a sponsored athlete or anything like that. Obviously, if someone, you know, I've been a victim of this before. You know, I'm going to put my hands up now and just say that I have been a victim of, you know, trying to get these codes and all this shit. But I tell you what, is that you know, that shouldn't be the be all end all. If someone offers you sponsorship, brilliant. I mean, take it by all means, but don't go out of your way to be trying to get these things and sacrificing integrity and all this shit to try and get this 20% off code. Put your effort in, work hard enough, and eventually you're going to reap rewards from it, whether that be in the shape of sponsorship or whatever form it may come in. You know, but let's be honest, like, a sponsorship isn't really a sponsorship until there's, you know, a decent amount of either free stuff, you're getting paid, you're getting promoted, you're doing something with the company, not just for the company, okay? I mean, sponsorships should not be any one way. You know, the company shouldn't just be giving you a shitload of stuff and you're not doing anything for them, and you shouldn't be doing a shitload of stuff for a company and they're not doing anything for you. It's got to be a two-way street, and it's got to be equal. You know? And I want to finish the video now just by kind of bringing it all around and just saying, like, what is training and what is bodybuilding and what is the fitness industry? What's it meant to be about? You know, and that's not any one thing. What is it meant to be about for you guys? What's it meant to be about for me? You know, there isn't any one answer. If getting that 20% code is the be all end all for you, then brilliant, go for that shit. I mean, tag the company that you want it to in every Instagram post, every tweet, every YouTube video, every Facebook post. Get their attention. Do what you can for it. If you really, really want it, then I'm not going to judge you for doing that, and no one should, and you shouldn't give a fuck about anyone judging you for that. If you're just training to enjoy yourself, just to get that therapy, that pump, just to make you feel better about yourself, then go into the gym and do that and put your headphones on and don't give a fuck about what anyone else is saying. If you like the social side of it, go in with a couple of mates, no matter what shape they are. Just go in, hit a workout, be in there for 30 minutes, you could be in there for 3 hours. Enjoy yourself. If you're doing it to compete for the right reasons, but that reason might be for any different number of things. For you, it could just be like me, just to get into a particular shape. You might be trying to make it pro. You might be doing any number of things. So just remember what your training is about. You know, don't get sidetracked by everything that's going on in social media, because half the time that shit's fake as fuck. Okay? So do you, and just enjoy yourself. Do what you're supposed to be doing, not what everyone else tells you that you're supposed to be doing. I'm going to leave it on that note, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Peace out and enjoy your training, alright?